Okay, welcome back. Here we are on turn 2, and as the turns get a little bigger, I'll start breaking them into phase 1 and phase 2 because each command can activate twice. Right now, there's only 2 commands that really activate because Couch isn't allowed to. But starting with turn 3, he can start moving. So just to kind of give a little bit of synopsis here, I don't even know if that's the right word, but just kind of an overview is DHL was back here at the beginning of the turn, if you remember the last video, and Casey had pulled back his troops along this breastworks here, this fortifications. The Union won the initiative, and they actually had really killer die rolls. They got to open up with their artillery twice, but no effect both times. It was just horrible fire. They had an opportunity to knock out a couple steps. They could have, should have gotten at least 1 or 2, but they got none. D.H. Hill was kind of lethargic. He didn't get off his first activation. So basically the rule says once everybody in one command is activated, which there's only one, you pass the dice over to the other side and they get a chance to activate. And I rolled like a 3 for D.H. Hill, which ended up being a 5. So he failed his activation. So then you flip the activation on the turn to the second activation phase, basically. And now everyone can only do up to 1 more activation. So he basically lost an activation, which is going to be pretty rare with a +2. So he, in the second activation, he activated, and all he was able to do, you can basically move, or you can fire, or you can fire in melee. Those are your commands you can do for coordinated commands. Uncoordinated commands, you can move or fire. But so basically, instead of being able to move up and attack again or fire, and I'd pounce on these artillery, so I did the plan, I tried to make as good a defensive line as I could. I got lucky with the Union that D.H. Hill was really slow, and he did not activate, and basically used his only activation to move up to get ready to engage. Because remember, infantry only have a range of 1 hex, and then the artillery varies. That little 3 there is the range for that artillery piece. So the most I've seen so far is a 5. There's lots of 4s and some 5s. So not a very effective round for the Confederates. That was a good thing for the Union because it allowed them to save a turn, basically, because obviously those artillery pieces would get mangled. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if Couch can get his stuff moved up to support Casey. Casey can start reforming another line. We'll see. Or will D.H. Hill get the attack off and then start to wreak havoc on Casey's division and drop its morale? We shall see.